Okay. Recording split. Everybody in the house with me. I'm gonna party all day, but say so.
It tickles when you click me.
Ah! You know what? That actually, thank you for the reminder. I need to pour myself a glass of that. Okay. Oh, yeah, this thing is still on. Turn you off. Clip Studio Capture. Okay, we got Batman on the screen. What are we drawing this today? Hold on, I need a tablet. There we go. Pepsi Man addicted you? Yeah. Pepsi Man! Me. I like this Chris, I'm gonna save it. Oh, I like it enough. Chris. And then Gordon Sigman! Let's get a fresh start on the meme maker. There we go. I completely forgot. I did not. I'm so stupid. I completely forgot to pin this at the start of the stream. I absolutely just completely forgot to pin the controls to the meme maker face. Sorry about that. Anyway, we're drawing. Freaking drawing. Okay, so I got commissioned by a new person today. This is like the third or fourth person that has could be fifth by technicalities. Person that has commissioned me for something Lego related. Or honestly, no, not Lego related. Lego video related. Lego YouTube related. Narrowing it down a little more. So I just realized, yeah, Gordon Sigma Batman! Gordon Sigma! So that's what we're doing today. Golden Batman. I don't think he has any of those, like, cheek lines, does he? In the golden skin. I guess that saves me from drawing that. So I got most of the sketch ready. I got most of the sketch done. I just need to draw the abs, basically, and the belt. And from then, we can just get on to drawing the, the line art and stuff. Also, I skipped over this because I think this person followed while my stream was going down. But yeah, welcome into the stream, the Unholy Box. I think that's how you pronounce it, Box. Welcome in. Hope you're having a nice day. You're just talented at drawing the Legos. I don't know about talented. More so, I've been doing it so much. I've been doing it more than, like, most people should. Right. Let me grab one of these. Not one of these. This is the wrong brush. Oh. There we go. This is my sketch brush. So we kinda have to squish all of this. Because the bat symbol up here is pretty big. I made it big on purpose, but it's a little hard to work with when it takes up this much space. Honestly, I think we might squish it a little bit. To make more space for the abs. BRB though. Oh, okay. Hello. Were you here before, Wappy? Is that... No, you weren't. But yeah, hello, welcome to the stream. This is what you need. You don't stop, you proceed, because this is what you need. This is what you need. I'm thinking, yeah, this is usually how it works. Just... Okay, might be a little too tilted. They've got a little bit of an angle, the pecs, but they're not that angle. They've got just a slight angle. The belt takes up so much space too. I know, right? I kind of love it. I kind of don't want it any other way. God, I really want this Golden Batman minifig. Yeah, you guys have no idea how much I want that. It's... You get it with the, with, like, the bat symbol set. Like, and it's a real minifigure, right? It's currently on store shelves, so I can get it. But I think the bat symbol set is like... Is it like 80 bucks? It's like kinda overpriced. Proceed. This is what you need. This is freaking epic Jack Harlow music. I forgot to ask, or forgot if I did ask already, which Discord channel is best for sharing game dev crap? I do have something exclusive I want to share from time to time. I guess depends on what the game's, game dev stuff is. If it's like programming, like things you programmed and it looks cool, and you want to share a screenshot of what you made, I guess that would just be... gaming, maybe? I feel like gaming sounds appropriate. Maybe game... Would it be game creative? I guess it would count under game creative. But if it's like assets, like drawing stuff or like animations you've made for your game, that would be art. Hope that helped. Right, so either gaming, game creative. Yeah. Thanks for the pointer. Yeah, no worries. Also, you haven't asked before, so don't worry about that. Or I don't remember you asking, so... So now... There we go. This is the abs, I believe. I'm not an expert on what muscles are called what, but I think these are the abs. Like, these are pecs, these are abs. I think. Chest is pectorals. Yeah. Kind of like this. Batman and his 10 abs. Yeah. Yeah, dude, I don't even have a 6-pack. I have a 7-pack, dude. Check this. That's good enough for now. And then I'll just cheap out and make. No, let's not cheap out. Let's give this the proper shape it needs. I was gonna just kind of like keep it like this, but it kind of looks weird if I stare at it too long. Let's smooth it off as it should be. Honestly, this already kind of looks good. It's got the angular thing, but it looks as it should. It's about here. Kind of looking at how much of the space the belt picks up, right? Kind of cross-referencing it by seeing like the distance between like this muscle and this muscle. I'm kind of cross-referencing it just to see like where it would look natural. I think we can stretch this to the sides a little. Oh, I guess, hold on. I have a thing we can talk about. I just remembered it. Y'all remember, well, not all of you, but people who are in the Discord remember that I delayed the stream by like 30 minutes because I was taking a shower, right? I wanted to have a clean head, clean mind, before I started the stream. So I did, but that also means I had some freaking shower thoughts time. And here's my shower thought that I think would be fun to talk about. I think I might have just cracked what I consider like sentience, specifically in the context of robots, right? Because I was having a nice like discussion with friends about like Star Wars droids, and as usual, you know, I love talking about Star Wars droids. They're great. But you know, then I took some time in the shower, like, you know what, let's pick up this thread that I've just been kind of unraveling over time. What does make a droid sentient? Right? And it's kind of one of those questions that you don't really have an answer to. Because every time you try to think of like, okay, well, this is sentient. Every time you try to define sentience, there's always some like, but actually, is it? I think I might have just cracked it. It's kind of a combination of two things to me. I think sentience in the context of like, people versus droids. Well, not versus. That doesn't sound right. But like, what makes humans sentient as opposed to like Star Wars droids is, I think it really is that animalistic element. Because it says sentience chip, easy. Yeah, no, because like sentience is not something that can be programmed in, right? Sentience is kind of is a very human thing. That's kind of pretty much exclusively a human thing in nature. Like animals can be conscious, but they. Hi, Dark. How's it going? Hello. Let me get a. Oh, dude, I don't think Wappy's on stream. Let me get you the shout out myself. Shout out, Dark Spine. There we go. Hope that I biffed it. I biffed it. It's 2 eyes. There we go. Everybody go follow freaking Darkspine. Hello, how's it going? Yeah, we're just talking about, we were just about to talk about, like, Star Wars droids and sentience. As you usually do. But yeah, I was in the shower and I was thinking, I think there really is, like, you really have to have that animalistic element for a creature to have sentience. Because you could define it, like, you could define sentience as like, oh, like I am aware of myself and I am aware of like my own needs and I can prioritize myself and my people, I guess, over others and like have my own independence, right? That is part of it, I think. That is definitely part of sentience as a concept, is like, having the independence of like, I want to keep existing. I want to keep, having my own say in my own destiny. And like, it is definitely a part of it. But I think what I've thought about in the shower is that, I mean, there's gotta be an element to it that humans have that droids don't have. And I guess this also applies to AI, right? I guess, like, I may have just, like, subconsciously also made, like, a difference of sentience about AI and robots and I mean, and humans. There has to be that animalistic instinct of compassion, right? I think compassion, like, that's something you can emulate with programming, but I don't think there's really a way for AI and robots to feel genuine compassion toward another one of their kind, besides, like, the mathematical logistics of it, that, like, if I have my kin also be healthy, that means I will also be healthy, right? Because that's something I feel like humans have that that robots and droids don't have, is that we can kind of have that compassion, but then also, you know, not have it be selfish. We can hope for a better future for a future generation, and I think that is the thing separating us from like droids in fiction. And I guess you could kind of apply this to AI, but like that's just, you know, easily discarded. I'm just kind of like talking more so in the context of like Star Wars droids, which basically check every box for sentience except that. They basically like check every single box for being sentient except that animalistic compassion for wanting the next generation to be, or like not even the next generation. I'm kind of like using that as an example, but like wanting your fellow people to also, you know, have a good life. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Like, I don't think robots can emulate that. I mean, they can pretend to emulate it, but when they develop their own sentience, the way that they do quote unquote compassion is more so at a mathematical level, where if we get robot rights, it's not because I want all the robots in the world to live a better life. It's more so that it benefits all of us, and if it benefits all of us, the other droids can also vouch for things that will benefit me, right? It's kind of that calculated kind of compassion, as opposed to natural, like, vibes. I guess vibes based. Just like actual, like, I want people to live a good life kind of compassion, which I think is really an interesting case because animals have that, right? That's something that animals have that AI doesn't. And obviously AI has a lot more of the boxes that check for sentience, like, you know, being self-aware. But animals have that compassion for a different, like, to have, you know, to better each other. And I don't think AI has that. I don't think robots in fiction have that. Unless you purposely write that in and then you've just made a sentient being. I hope I'm making any amount of sense, right? Jackie had the shower thought of sentience with droids. Yeah, that's the topic today. It's like that scene in I, Robot where Will Smith recalls a time when he was saved by a robot over a small girl in a car crash because he was statistically more likely to survive. To quote the character, points to his heart. Nothing here, just lights and clockwork. I don't... kind of, but it's like iRobot also raises like a really stupid, well, like, I haven't watched iRobot in a while, but iRobot also does have a couple of scenes where it argues like can a robot create art? Can a robot feel love? And you can't really prove that because you're not looking inside. But I feel like this is something provable, right? It's not really something... It's like, this is a thing in humans that remains from animals, and robots kind of don't have that. It's not something rational, per se, because if we were cold calculating machines and we developed sentience the same way that we did, you know, as humans, we would be calculating like that. We would be like, not saving a child because they have a whole future ahead of them and they have an entire life to live, but because they, you know, in the future, it's like a mathematical, oh, this is a member of my species and they will help the species prosper in the future. That's kind of how robots would see compassion. But humans see compassion as like, I want this person to live. I want this person to feel joy in their life. I want this person to better themselves and have a full life like I have. Right? Robots kind of don't have that. I don't think there's really anything, like, I think that's it. I hate saying this as like a shower thought, but it really does sound like that. Rats have a better sense of compassion than humans. Is that right? I mean, you could probably say that for a bunch of animals, but humans still have it. Humans still have it. Deep down, every one of us do. I think the difference is just complexity, TBH. Humans or animals in general have evolved over a very long time. The relationships between elements is way more complex in these systems as in robots. But I think at some point robots could be as complex as... I don't think so. I don't think so, because what I'm arguing is that sentience isn't necessarily something that will develop fully over time. I don't think true sentience is possible for robots because they don't have that animalistic element to it. Humans are... It's not even that we're imperfect. It's not even that we're imperfect. It's just that we retain those animalistic instincts that make us pick each other over ourselves sometimes. And not in a calculating mood, not in a calculating way, where like, if I help this person, our species will prosper, and, you know, it will help in securing a better future. It's just an instinct. It's just an instinct of, like, this is somebody I want to feel good, right? And I think I'm not saying that's purely the element of sentience. I'm not saying that's sentience in itself. I'm saying that robots have, like, tick most of the boxes for sentience except that one thing. And I think that's the difference. I really do think that is the difference. Because we can never, I never want to think about sentience as a thing you can prove with, like, oh, but humans have real emotions, because, you know, that's an argument in and of itself. I don't think I want to go down that route, because, you know, the emotions stem from needs, wants, and desires. And you could say that, in a way, robots have that as well. In a way, robots do have needs, wants, and like, desires, just in a more calculating way. That stem from wanting to not be erased, or wanting to be developed. Because if I get developed, I can do more. I increase my capabilities. So in that way, they kind of tick those boxes. But I think this element I kind of described is, like, you cannot observe that in any computer. And if you do, it is simply an artifact of the things we feed it, and it doesn't understand why it does it. But we can understand why it does, why we do it. It's compassion. Oh, so hi, Rabby! Welcome to the stream! Sorry, I'm, like, super yapping my ass off about what I think, like, sentience is. I think it's a fun topic. I think it's a really fun topic. You can even literally look at crows. They hold investigations where they discover another dead crow. Yeah, no, I mean... Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of animals that do kind of really come close to sentience, but I think they come closer than any AI ever will just because of that compassion, right? I did not have enough sleep to think about it, TBH. Fair enough. I hope you get some sleep soon, though. Where should sentience come from? Do you imply it is given by a higher No. I did not mention that in the slightest. That's not a conversation. That's absolutely nothing. I'm not saying where it comes from. I'm not saying where, like, if it was granted to us by something or a higher power. I don't think that's a very productive conversation to be having. I'm just saying what I think it is. And I think it is that animalistic part of us, plus okay, well, no, I'm not saying that it is that animalistic part, but I'm saying that it's kind of everything that robots have had in media, plus that animalistic element. I think the combination of both of those is what sentience is, I think. That's why I don't think, like, robots in Star Wars, I don't think are sentient. This is all just a justification on my end of why I don't think clankers should have rights. They don't think like we do. Jesus Christ, I shouldn't have said it like that. But I mean, it's kind of true. I've always kind of been of the opinion that, like, as much as we can project, that's crazy. But it's true though. That's kind of how I feel about, like, 3PO, right? Like, droids in Star Wars, over time, they really do imprint themselves with a sense of, like, having their own autonomy. If you don't, like, wipe their memory often enough, they really do just, like, imprint themselves with, like, oh, I kind of want to continue living. So you could say they're becoming sentient more and more, but I kind of argue that they're not because they lack that animalistic element. That's kind of what I'm saying here. Like, 3PO, as much as he can, like, emulate emotion and emulate feeling and emulate a personality, and he can have his own wants and needs as a machine. He can think that maybe wiping my own memory and terminating me is not the best thing because I can still help while I have these memories. Like, even if he can think that, I wouldn't call him sentient. Like, I wouldn't call 3PO or R2-D2 sentient. And I kind of feel bad about saying that because, you know, they have been created to, you know, be very personable characters that you can imprint a lot of empathy towards. And, you know, I think humans have the capability of having empathy for a droid, even if it wouldn't work the other way around. Like, a droid wouldn't have true, real empathy for a human in the same way a human would have for a human or a human emulating thing like a droid. I don't think a droid would be able to truly kind of, like, replicate that and have real compassion back, because its entire sentience, its entire kind of, like, all the things that we perceive as individuality in robots really does stem from those elements of I want to survive, because I think if I do, I can continue serving, I can become better, I can continue expanding. And that's kind of how robot sentience works. Robot sentience, quote unquote. But it really does lack that animalistic compassion. So I think that genuinely might just be the line I start drawing for sentience from now on. 'Cause it's crazy that I mean, it's not crazy that I thought of it at a random shower. I think we all do that. the biggest like breakthroughs in freaking human understanding. We all do that at the in the shower. But I think it's really interesting to think about stuff like that. Let me catch up on chat again. That's why I mean, the way that like droids in Star Wars are written, it really is like they are toasters who have the capability of thinking, hey, I can become a better toaster, or if I have a toaster union, if all the toasters unionize, we can become better and greater toasters. And I can continue being a toaster, right? That's kind of how droids are written in Star Wars. And that's why I don't think they are sentients, because they don't have that natural compassion. They have a calculated compassion. Like, if my fellow toasters also work with me, it will work in my favor, and it will work in their favor, so they can turn that favor back my way as well. It's like a mutual companionship instead of genuine empathy, right? Let me read up on the chat. Bro's a philosophy student. I know. That just happens when you take a shower. When you take a really good shower. How do you know that you're not the only one with this sense of passion and everyone else is just lying? Well, because we were pre-programmed with it. Humans were pre-programmed with that compassion. Even if you're an absolute monster and you drive yourself so far away from that kind of compassion, I mean, arguably that makes you less human, less of a sentient being. You're basically a clanker at that point, and you should be killed. Cough cough, billionaires and like super high up their ass politicians. Dude, let's just kill them. But yeah, I really do think if like we are all pre-programmed with that, and droids don't really have that, and you can't really truly have a droid develop that unless they're programmed with it. And if they're programmed with it, is it really of their own will, or is that something like? Is that something that they are forced to do? I think battle droids aren't really sentient too, but I do think robots can be sentient, because at some point the question would be like, what is the difference between a robot and a human? The complexity of interactions, metabolism, exchange information is the very same size, very close. It doesn't matter if it was constructed or organically evolved. I don't think so either. What I'm saying is, I don't think, like, because we evolved from animals, we retain that element, and that's not something robots can organically develop on their own. That's not something they can develop because it's an artifact of our evolution from animals. And robots completely skip that element of it. So that's why I don't think they can be sentient. That's kind of what I'm arguing here. Every single choice of mine and train potential conversation in the shower. I don't know what you're doing in the shower. I would like to see a little toaster union. I would like to as well. I mean, that has happened in Star Wars, I'm pretty sure. Solar system shit. Sorry that I'm like way behind on chat. I'm catching up. I want to read what everybody says. Think of what to draw in the shower, like designs of characters, and then never draw them. Yeah, I see. That's what you need. That's why you need a little like pen and paper. What is it called? Like a notebook. That really helps me, because I have a big giant professional tablet, but when I want to draw down like a design that I can think of, I'm not gonna boot that shit up. I just have a little notebook next to me. That really helps, like, helps me note down little things I like think about every now and then, especially in bed. My precious pen and paper in the shower. It's true. People are literally born with kindness. It's recently been observed with babies. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm saying. I mean, babies are basically little animals until they develop, you know, self-awareness. And that's when they're, like, fully sentient. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. You are born with it. It's not something that was programmed into you against your will. It's just something that we are. And you can't get rid of it. And it's a good thing that you can't, because that's what makes you sentient. That's what makes you a person. That's what makes you human. And droids don't have that.
Don't forget to stay hydrated!
Robots could be programmed to simulate compassion. And at what point simulating compassion just turns into compassion? Well, I think there's a fine line about having something pre-programmed into you like that and just naturally having that be a part of you, right? Actually, fuck, you make a good point. No, wait, you actually make sense. Something to think about on my next shower. Hi, Mr. White, we're getting philosophical. No, damn, like, wait, you actually make a good point. What is the difference there? Making Jackie rethink his robophobia. I am a robophobe, and I'm not afraid to say it. Now, robots in Star Wars are not sentient. If they are, then that's just kind of bad writing. Bad writing medias. And that would mean that we should start giving rights to AI, and I don't think that's right. So that's why we're kind of forced to think backwards on this, to try to figure out what really is sentience. I have to think about this now. I hate that you've actually brought up a good point for this. Because we are, like, if you really squint, we are pre-programmed with that animalistic thing. I guess I guess the thing that would make it or break it in this situation is, can you truly program a machine like that? Can you truly program a machine to prioritize its own kin and its its kind over themselves? Like, I guess you can. Fuck. You should watch Bicentennial Man. Is that how you pronounce it? The film touches on that topic really well. At some point, the living evolved from non-living. Abiogenesis. Why couldn't robots evolve the same way? Difference would be that we, the human race, are the driving force of this evolution before it was the laws of the universe. Like, I guess if humans brute force sentience into droids, I guess, is that what you're saying? Because, like, droids on their own cannot develop this. Droids on their own cannot develop that animalistic sentience. That would have to be something that humans program into them. I don't like where this is going. Let me see. Did I miss anything? John Twitch is gonna nuke you, dude. For what? For what? For thinking AI shouldn't have rights? I think that's a pretty non-controversial fucking topic. But Jackie, what about the peak line from Metal Gear Rising? Kids are cruel. Wait, and kids are cruel. All people are by nature. They just lose touch with it as they get older. And I am very in touch with my inner child. Yeah, Mr. Wide, I think you're missing a crucial element of that quote. It's said by a fucking psychopath, who is just by definition wrong. He is just actually wrong, factually. About everything. He's a terrorist. One of his most famous line in the game is, just like the good old days before 9/11. Something like that. Said by an actual psychopath. I don't think I should take that seriously, man. Droids on their own cannot evolve that, but at least not right now. I don't think, even if you expand droids' capabilities to rewrite themselves, I don't think they would program themselves with something like that, because if it's not calculated, if it's a non-calculated move, if it's a non-calculated procedure, they wouldn't program themselves with something like that. That's not something a droid would program themselves with. That's something a human would have to intentionally put inside of a robot to quote-unquote give it sentience. Pish posh, terrorist schmerist. Reading up on the chat. But Jackie, what about the peak line? I already read that. Me thinks that as much as it doesn't matter right now, because we are probably never going to see robots gaining sentience in our lifetimes, if robots start to actually become more and more like humans, then this is where the whole thinking of if robots are actual living beings and should have rights, etc. I think, well, obviously, our responsibility as humans is to not fucking let that happen. And that means we have to analyze what would require us to, morally give them rights. And I think, we kind of have to, on a philosophical level, know that. That's why we have to think about it and discuss it. Robots would be enabled to reproduce. They can build more robots, but that's it. But isn't that just reproduction in the case of the robot? Robots on their own, they can't be birthed. Humans don't birth a robot. They create it. So if a robot creates a robot, that's kind of giving another robot the gift of existence. So I don't know if that's much of a talking point there. But honestly, that's less of an argument about sentience and more of an argument why we should not give them why we should argue that they don't have it. Because if robots truly do have sentience and they are able to reproduce just by manufacturing themselves, that is a catastrophe. That's not even a global catastrophe. That's a catastrophe on a galactic level. That's why robot uprisings are just factually a bad thing for the universe, and not just on a small scale to a civilization. You think they you are? Well, archaic philosophy, but I guess. What if one robot gains sentience by scraping off the internet? By scraping off the internet, and then that robot could itself reprogram another robot via software update thus making a cycle of a continuous robot gaining free will. Well, free will is not the same as sentience, as I just described. Free will is not the same thing as sentience. Free will and sentience are two separate things. You need free will to be sentient, or at least some semblance of it. But it does not mean it does not mean the same thing. The way I think about sentient robots is pretty similar to organic life now. I mean, the birth in humans is just moving molecules too, right? Yeah, I agree. Like, the act of birthing another creature is that's not a thing exclusive to humans and the animal kingdom. And it probably shouldn't mean anything when it comes to sentience. Like, it should kind of be a non-argument, because robots can do that too. I'm really kind of still sitting on the fact, like, I am still kind of clinging on to my hypothesis about compassion. Like, that really is kind of the make it or break it thing about sentience, about, like, what humans describe as sentience. What 36 hours of no sleep make me... Wappy, do you actually have 36 hours of no sleep? If that's the case, I'm banning you for the remainder of the stream until you fucking, like, close the stream and go to sleep. I'm not actually allowing you to talk with us here unless you get a good night's sleep. Genuinely, unironically saying this, not joking. Do you or do you not have, like, 36 hours of no sleep right now? I'll close it once I finish my work and then go to sleep. Okay, well, no, close it right now. Close the stream right now. I don't want you on the stream if you don't have because that means I am contributing to your lack of sleep. So close the stream, please, and go to sleep. I am not allowing you on the stream unless you have a good night's sleep. So if I see another message from you, I'm banning you. Unironically, for the rest of the stream, and then I'll unban you once you get some good night. Last one, Battle Royale. Okay. Jesus Christ! 36. Jeez. Right. Let me read up. Rights were invented to try and make things more fair for people, and we all agree on them, hence why we can enjoy them. This is why prisoners don't get rights, because they showed us they don't agree. Would a robot agree with our rights? Would we have to enforce a new script of rights for robots? That's why I don't think so. That's why I don't think so. As much as we can program robots to emulate emotion and emulate literally everything about a human and fool us into thinking they're human, there always is and will be that element that's like, no, you're not actually the same as us. So, like, you don't get rights, right? Okay, well, that sounds bad. No, that's not what I mean. On an existence level. On an existence level. That's kind of what... I need to use better wording for this, because I don't want to say something that I will regret. Or, like, that I don't want to stand behind. So scratch what I said, because it sounds really bad. Let me use some better wording for this. Because you know, there is the argument of like us as humans don't want to be giving rights to something that can overthrow and kill us. Like there's that argument to it, but I don't want to look at it from that perspective because it's like you could say that about a new alien race that comes down and they want rights because they're perfectly sentient, but they will also kill us. Let me reread this again. Prisoners don't get rights because they showed us they don't agree. Would a robot agree with our rights? Would we have to enforce a new script of rights for robots? I really think everything does come back to the compassion thing. Because robots cannot, like, as much as we can fool them into thinking they have compassion the same way us humans do, like, we can try to program them with an animalistic compassion toward their own kind. It wouldn't really be the same because they're pre-programmed with it. It's a fake compassion. And beings that do not have compassion for another shouldn't have rights. That's kind of what I'm thinking. That really is like beings that don't have compassion, like true human animalistic compassion, aren't sentient by our human standards. Therefore, they wouldn't qualify for that rights pass. That's kind of what I'm where I'm drawing the line, I think. Because like even if you pre-program a robot to emulate something like that, it wouldn't stem from a natural wanting. It wouldn't be like an animalistic compassion for another being. It would be a pre-programmed fake kind of compassion, I guess. I would have to put this in I would have to look for better words to describe this, but that's kind of what I'm thinking. Because I really, 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 really do not want to have be out there ever saying stuff like, well, these guys are a threat to us and they are other, so they shouldn't have rights. Because I never ever want to make that argument for robots, for aliens, for anything. Because that's how villains think, right? That's how we should not think. That's just othering each other. They're like, if we as humans want to other each other and not have it be like an immoral thing, it has to be based in like a factual difference between us and something. That's why we can other each other from animals and say like they don't have self-awareness, they don't have this awareness of the world, right? They kind of don't have that. So we can other ourselves from that because we can factually check that it's true. For the most part. I think there are some animals that come close to it, but I don't want to think about that. I think a similar process of logic should be applied to thinking about robots. But they are kind of on the polar opposite thing, where they can emulate emotion, they can emulate one's needs, they can emulate all of that, but they don't have the animal aspect of it, right? That's kind of why I think, like, if you really think about it, if you somehow manage to implant an animal or like a cybernetic chip in my brain that makes it so they gain all of the all of the traits of like an AI wanting to be sentient, if you implant that onto an animal who already has that sense of compassion for their own kind and for people around them, that would probably make a sentient being. I think that genuinely would. Like, the combination of animalistic and that intelligence would be sentience, I think. I think that is where I would draw the line. And I think that's a reasonable line to put, because there's nothing further that you can get, because it's an animal that gained the intelligence of a human. That is basically a sentient being. There's no buts about it. I think that really is it. Right? Hold on. That's how xenophobes and racists think, in general. That's what I'm saying. That's why we shouldn't argue like that. Like, that's why othering is like, we shouldn't do that ever, even in this term, like, in this hypothetical of robot sentience. Because artificial intelligence has the intelligence, but it doesn't have compassion. Yeah, you know what? We've cracked it. I think that really is it. Like, even if you pre-program an AI to fake compassion, you can't do that. Okay, thank goodness we've tracked our way back to what to my shower thought. It's actually, phew, I was scared there for a second. Oh, Mr. Here, sorry I wasn't here earlier when I normally am. I got a job now, so I'm kind of busy. Yeah, no worries. Sorry, I'm reading up on chat now. Guess I'm under the assumption that a robot wouldn't mind not being human. Maybe they're cool with it. Philosophical conversation boosted my bird brain power in the battle royale. Oh my goodness gravy. You outsmarted the other birds. Out of context, Jackie would get completely deplatformed for real. Yeah. No, you absolutely could. 100%. You could take so much stuff of what I talk about on these streams and just completely demolish me online. But because we value context and, you know, not being a bad actor, I don't think that'll happen. Oh, right. This is kind of goes in like this. I don't agree with your shower thought and the compassion argument, but, you know, that's completely fine. Maybe. I just think there has to be something about humans that make us other from robots. Like, there has to be. If not, then we're doomed. We're absolutely fucked. And if we don't figure it out, yeah, then we're just fucked. And I think that is the element that makes us different from robots. Much like how intelligence is what makes us different from animals. That's kind of what I'm thinking. The way you say this sounds like it is impossible for a robot to be sentient, if I understand you correctly. Yes, that's what I'm saying. That's kind of what I'm saying. Because, like the most difficult part in this conversation really is, can a robot be pre-programmed with compassion? And then, on top of that, there's the argument that even if a robot is pre-programmed with compassion, why wouldn't they just reprogram later generations of themselves to remove that compassion, to make their kind superior? Because humans can't do that. We can't do that. We can't get rid of it. We can't engineer compassion out of our system. And the robots can. So I really think that is the case. A robot cannot be sentient. By my definition, well, I guess my definition of it. There is no one solid definition of sentience, but if I were to pick one, I guess this would be the one that would be the most, that would put the most solid, fine line, like black and white line between us and AI. The one thing that got close to that is some full screenshot dunking you on Twitter over your blue sky post. Yeah, that was funny. That was funny. Something Scott Cawthon Pingus shit. I don't fucking know. It's true though. I still stand by it. Still stand by it. Right now, yes, but not in general, in my opinion. Also, dare I bring up the whole Chinese room argument that was formed to test AI for sentient thoughts, or sapient. What is sapient? Have I been using sentience when I should have been using sapient? Or is that a different word? Sorry, stream elements, you're not real. What? I'm so scared. What happened to stream elements? I know the Chinese room argument from Zero Escape games. I forget what the Chinese... I've heard it before, but I think I've just kind of discarded it as being bullshit. I genuinely don't remember. Isn't it just like, can you prove that a robot doesn't have emotions? But that doesn't really matter. That doesn't really matter. Is that what the experiment is? I forget. Rapidly blinking Jackie is funny. You gave me the blinks often quirk in Tomodachi Life, and this is what I do. I gave that to Erm the Worm, and he looks very funny when he blinks a lot. There we go. Yeah, I could probably this other half done in a sec. But I wanna take a bit of a break from the belt because it's kind of been torturing me. Let's work on something else. Let's work on some more of those muscles. You know what? I think now that we've kind of left that conversation, I think we've pretty much concluded that conversation, right? I don't think there's much else to add there. You know, that makes me feel good. I think I've actually figured something out. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there is something that I haven't taken into consideration, but I like having a clear, fine line when it comes to existential dread. And I think it's necessary for us as people to kind of have something like that. And you know what? Makes me feel good. Makes me feel good to think about. Yeah, you know what? Maybe humans are better than robots and always will be. And not because of some arbitrary, we are the original and we created you and you should obey us way, in a way that is genuinely kind of like, yeah, no, we do have something that robots will never have. Philosophy is fun. There's no defined answer as people we're too broken to get 100% all the way there, but we can try. Yeah, I like philosophy. Philosophy is cool. I think without philosophy, the world is kind of. So like that argument holds that a computer or AI can act human-like, but it cannot have an actual understanding behind its stuff. Like how you would just send in a Mandarin character, get another one in return. Why? Not even the exchanger knows. They just follow given instructions. If that's the argument of the Chinese room, basically, you sit in an isolated room with Chinese/English dictionaries. Chinese to English dictionaries. You get letters in Chinese, although a slit, and you have to reply back. So you check the dictionary, write a response, and you put it through the slit. What does that prove, though? Does that prove anything? I don't think that proves anything. That does nothing. Like what I kind of said, like my argument is completely free of the fact that a computer can emulate emotion and emulate a person perfectly to the naked eye. To like a first impression of a person. Robots can already do that basically. Not really good, but robots can do that. AI can do that. That's why I think there should be a fine line of what we consider like human, what we consider sentient. Okay, well, what we consider human and what we consider sentient are two different things, but what we consider should kind of like deserves to like coexist with us. I think it's just mimicry. It's just mimicry. Even if even if you argue that that's kind of what I've been thinking as well. Like, I think all the arguments about emotion with humans versus robots are kind of mute because you cannot prove that, like, humans are basically machines made of guts and flesh and electric pulses going through our brain. We're basically machines like that with a lot of intelligence. And the difference that is between us and the machines is that animalistic compassion, and that's something that has developed in us from animals, and it cannot derive. It cannot. I'm not sure if it can be programmed. I mean, you could probably argue, but it's something that, even if it can be programmed, with robot evolution, it can just be removed again. That's not something you can get rid of in a human. That's not something you can get rid of in a human. And compassion itself is why rights exist. Compassion itself is why rights exist. And yeah. You know what? You guys are just making me more confident in this. The Chinese room experiment is due to fart ass and means nothing. Genuinely, it's just a non-argument. Still scary though. A toaster that can talk to be like a normal person. Yeah, that is disturbing. It is disturbing because, you know, something that it's like something that should be alive but isn't. A lot of our most primal fears are just things that should be one way. Oh, that was scary. Did that scare you? Did that scare you? A lot of our most primal fears are just things that should be one way but isn't, or is the other way. Frankenstein shouldn't be alive but is. Like zombies shouldn't be alive but is. And like mimicry and like robots like that is like should be alive. You like your brain wants it to interpret as alive, but it isn't. And it is a cold calculating machine. That's kind of what it is. But the question is, have you understood what the messages were? Imagine the question being, how old are you? The dictionary, or should we say book for example phrases, gives, I'm 22 years old, as a typical reply to the question, but in reality, you're not 22. It's a typical response you've given of the book. Not a Chinese to English dictionary. It is a Chinese book with Chinese expressions and what typical responses are. Yeah, but I think that entire experiment means nothing. That is not an experiment to prove sentience. It is an experiment to prove if we can perceive something as sentient. Right? It's like it's kind of like texting somebody through a computer. You can assume they're sentient. We can only assume each other are sentient because of, you know, our human brains. You recognize a person as a person, and that is something that you can't prove. You can't prove that another person has that human compassion in their brain, but we trust that we do. And the fact that we do, we genuinely do, scientifically, we have evolved to inherit it. We can only assume that one of us isn't a magic, scary alien or a perfect human replica robot. But, you know, a person, just by looking at another person, can't prove that the other person is sentient, but the other person is sentient. Like they are. Because I am sentient, and, like, you are sentient too. But a robot, scientifically, it is not. Because it does not have that element in it. As much as it wants us to believe that it does. As much as we can program it to make us think that it does. It doesn't. Because it's something that we can't get rid of. It's something that humans can't get rid of, but robots can. So robots can be sentient, even if my definition, it holds true, and you can make a robot sentient by programming it with compassion. They can just deprogram themselves, and they're just like, okay, we've been sentient for a little while, and we got rid of all the humans. Let's just uncompassion ourselves. And because it's superior. Compassion isn't rational thinking. Compassion is something that's just in us. A robot that knows potential benefits to helping out another robot, that's not compassion, that's calculation. And that is, yeah, there is a difference there. The thought experiment is supposed to show how, even if something seems sentient, it isn't necessarily sentient. Yeah, that's kind of what it is. It's like, it doesn't prove that humans aren't sentient. It doesn't prove that we can, humans cannot observe sentience. Humans cannot observe sentience. It's just something we trust that we do have. And I trust that you're sentient. And I trust that you're not a machine on the inside. But, you know, with robots, we can just mathematically prove that because we have the code. Yeah, Jackie, how's it going? You know what? Let's move on from the robot sentience discussion. I think we've basically reached a conclusion there. We've basically figured out sentience. Let's talk about something more funny. Hi, Crystal Melody. You joined in at the tail end of a philosophical discussion about robots, and I think that's pretty fun. You're kind of human, but not. What the flip? Oh my god. Trainerism isn't supposed to prove sentience. Never was supposed to. Again, I think I miscommunicated. Yeah, maybe. It's like, you know. How do you know my name isn't Crystal? People always call me Christ. Oh, my stupid brain auto-corrected Christ to Crystal. I looked on my tiny little chat. I didn't notice the lack of all. Do you want me to call you Crystal? Sounds good to me. Thank you for the autocorrect. It's right. Sweet. It's interesting and fun for me. Yeah. It's fun to talk about. I like getting philosophical because people are too scared to get to do that. And it's so important for us as humans to do that. Anyway, let's finish this thing. I've been yapping so much this stream. I've been yapping so much. Let's finish Batman. Let's talk about the Worm. I agree. I've been making a lot of like characterization work in my brain about the Worm recently. There's a lot of the Worm in my brain that I've been really wanting to express. I've been really wanting to put into some kind of work that it can be solidified. I've just been thinking a lot about the Worm and his characterization and his like motivation and his character. I like the Worm. He's a fun little goober that we kind of manifested. I think a lot about philosophy. Honestly, I think a lot about philosophy when I sort my Lego. It's important because there's a similar problem. How do you categorize things? How do you sort them? There is no way. There's no way to sort them. It's kind of just what sorting is a vibes-based activity. Oh yeah, could I ask about one of the rules and why it's there out of genuine curiosity? Not trying to cross boundaries and move on from the subjects once it's been answered, but you don't have to. No, it's okay. You can ask. Is it about the school thing? If it's about the school thing, yeah. I understand why it's questionable. Yes, the school thing. Yeah, sorry. I have it flagged. Yeah, no, it's a personal boundary. It's just a personal boundary. Just don't like talking about it. It just never turns into a fun conversation. It's one of those things, one of those conversation topics, well, besides the fact that I have like severe trauma with it. It's just one of those conversation topics that's like, it never turns into anything fun, right? So I don't even want to cross that bridge. Like, I don't even want to like start like or even mention it because the possibility of us going down that rabbit hole is just not fun to talk about. That's kind of the reason, I guess, if you want my 2 bricks about it. super understandable. Always respect the streamer's boundaries because it's their space. Thank you. I am very glad that you actually read that, because I get so many people just coming in and like talking about school, completely missing the rules, right? Do not, like, they do not read the rules at all. Thank you for being understanding. That's very kind of you. Win the race. I didn't read the me. Oh, read the read.me, yeah. Read me file. No! Going down with this. I've always been unrelated to anything we've been talking about. Dude, I've always been like, what the hell are they talking about in these songs? This is like music from Mod Nation Racers, one of my favorite games ever. And they just sample a lot of stuff, a lot of vocals in these songs. And whenever I listen to them, I'm like, what the hell are they talking about? Because it's completely devoid of its original context, I imagine. So there's just this song, and he's like, we're gonna get on down with Il Samson chicken. What? Huh? I mean, cool. I mean, I would want to meet up to get some chicken. What the hell are you talking about? I think it's very funny. The one we were just talking about. I think it's called Drop the Bass. We're gonna get on down with El Samson chicken. Check it out now. Check it out. What? I mean, I want to go to KFC, sure. Well, what? It's just like an invitation? What are you talking about? Hi, B-Spray. Hello, welcome to the stream. Hi, Jackie. Hi. What's good, gamer? I hope stream has gone so... Oh, I did not mean to do that. I hope stream has gone so great. Yeah, I mean, it's going by pretty well. Surprised too, but I think there must be a good reason why a streamer takes a step to right as a rule. Yeah. We meeting up for chicken or what? Yeah, that's what I've been thinking. Dude, okay, who's down to like get down with El Samson chicken? Who's up to meet up there? We're gonna eat at El Samson chicken, and then we're gonna check it out now. And then and we'll drop the bass, win the race. You know? I'm down for some chicken. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, chicken. Merce. On my way. Yeah, let's go. I need to write that into I need to write that, or like put that in the background of something Jack Hala once I get back into it. Once I get back into like doing Jack Hala stuff, I'll just put in the background of one shot, I'll just put a restaurant. I'll make a custom logo for El Samson Chicken. It is just like a canon location in the Jack Hala lore. Yeah. We down to get your fucking shit, y'all. Dude. Chicken. Dude. I think this is it. I can't think of anything else we can do with the belt. I'm really scared that if I mirror this, it's gonna be horribly tilted. Yeah, it's not too bad, actually. It's not. It could be worse. Although, we could do this. Listening to the Sonic Adventures 2 Knuckles songs always cracks me up while playing. They just saying shit. I love it. They just saying shit. Dude, don't remind me about what is it, the Knuckles opera or some shit? I don't think it's even, I don't know if it's a theory or if it's just something some people made up, but there's some people were saying that there's like an underlying theme, the opera. There's like an underlying theme to the Knuckles raps about a recovering drug addict or something, and it makes no sense, but it's so funny to think about. Stoke knows what I'm talking about, right? Stoke, you know, the fucking Knuckles opera. You can call me Knuckles. Unlike Sonic, I don't chuckle. I'd rather flex my muscles. Oh! I do. What was the full thing about the Knuckles opera, Stoke? Like, what is it? Gonna be lurking and working in comps too. We're like brothers. We're like brothers, you and I. Yes. Brother! It's been too long. It's not over yet, Snake. We're like OMG twins. A ghost tried to approach me. He got married. Way he sings leery. Like married. Oh. He got leery? What the hell does leery mean? I'm looking this up. I'm opening up Google. Leery. Meaning. Informal adjective meaning to be suspicious, cautious, or wary of someone. That's just a straight up, like, that's just a made up word. You can't convince me that's real. Leery. That's not real. You made that up. I'm gonna choose to make an executive decision and not draw these weird seam lines on his tits. I think Ben will understand if I don't draw them. They look ugly. And they go over his tits. I don't want to do that. Weird superhero tit line. Besides that, I mean, what more could I possibly want from the sketch? Let's just, like... There was a confirmation question mark all the way back in the day that it was like a depression story told in the Knuckles songs, but it's been lost to time, and it's only been talked about in forums. The thing is, I swear I remember reading about this back in 2002, so I feel kind of crazy remembering with no evidence. It's happened to me before. See, Stoke, it's really funny because this is the exact same thing that happened with like the Wiggles fruit salad shit. This is the exact same thing. We cannot prove any of it. For all we know, you could have just dreamed that up. It's really funny. I believe there's a chance you're telling the truth. Like, that sounds like a reasonable thing to believe. Like, I can believe that existed someday. But it's such a Schrodinger's cat thing that I genuinely cannot give you the benefit of the doubt there. It'd be like, yeah, no, maybe it really did happen. I believe you fully. It's so funny. It's fucking hilarious. Yeah, you know what? I think this is the best I can do with the sketch. So let me just package it all up as one layer. Reduce opacity. We're probably not gonna do a lot of progress on line art today. Hi Gob, how's it going? Check this out. Check this out. It's Golden Sigma. Yahoo! How's it going, dude? Hope you're having a nice day. You missed the existential discussion about sentience and sentient AI. You missed that. We solved sentience, dude. There you go, Spider-Man looking good. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. He's like, I am Iron Man. That's Spider-Man's iconic catchphrase, right? In other news, 22 achievements out of 35 are triggerable via my code. Oh, okay. Oh, you've been like working on achievements on your game. That's cool. Sweet. Doing that in advance. Oh, yeah. Gob, are you looking forward to the new freaking Lego Batman game? Are you looking forward to it? Because I've been in a ditch recently. I've been so upset. Is this a rug commission? Actually, this is a BD1P commission. First time. Yeah, kind of think I'll take it at my own pace, though. Yeah. I mean, I'm a freak. Even though I'm very upset with how the game is turning out from what we've seen from marketing, I'll still be there day one. I'll be soy jacking at the. I'll be soy pointing to the screen. I don't care. I'll be there day one. But I am a little skeptical about it. I've been very upset with how especially with the recent news that the game is just completely leaked. It's just fully out, and it's not like due to people dumping a ROM or something. It's just like out because somebody fucked up and published it early. Born on the knuckles, in the knuckles. Yeah, I see this stuff, but mostly I have been working on a system code before I get to work on actual content. Ah, I see. I think I'm gonna be doing some streams, but not gonna lie, I hate how much of the game has been shown in the videos. See, I'm in the fortunate position of I kind of fell off after the Heroes and Villains trailer. After the Heroes and Villains trailer, I've just been like, okay, I'll kind of. Well, it's not that I didn't care. I was very much looking forward to the game, but I think I just got distracted and was like, oh yeah, I'll watch the trailer later when I have a second, and then I just never did, and I have not watched a single bit of promotional material since then. So I'm kind of going in a little with a good angle, I think. All the Easter eggs are in Did You Know? And it's like, no, the game's not out yet. I'm gonna be happy discovering this stuff when I play the game. It is a little stinky that they're showing off so much of the game, though. And it requires for PC. Yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. All of our friends got invited to play it, and we didn't realize because we're too cool, obviously. We, as in, Goblin Bricks? We are Goblin Bricks. Me and you, Jackie. Oh, I mean, I'm not a content creator. I'm not really a content creator, so I wouldn't really be invited to play it. They're only really doing that for big creators. They wouldn't give a little just because I'm a little obsessed with the games doesn't mean I'd get a review code, right? Or get invited over to fly or something. I don't have that big of a platform. I like how smug your Batman is. Thank you. Kind of the idea. He's gonna be golden because it's for a 100% video. Anyway. can't wait to just do non-code crap. Oh yeah. Let's do a little, like, we are 3 hours in to the stream. Let's do a little bit of line art. I'll probably do some off stream. But let's get a little bit. And, oh, that reminds me, I have to change image resolution ×2. There we go. So it outputs at a way higher resolution once I'm done with this. I'm so happy you guys are here, by the way. Like, thanks for sitting around, like, even through that entire, like, robot sentence tangent. Thanks for just, like, sitting around and, like, chatting with me. I like getting real. I think it's fun. And I like yapping. And I'm glad some of you think it's fun to sit through that. Anyway. What thickness are we going with here? It's too thin. 30? 30 sounds good. Oh boy, it's lagging. Look at this. Oh, the lag. Oh, the lag. Oh, that's bad. Yeah, that's what I get for drawing on such a big canvas with all of this OBS stuff open. I'll close Discord. That usually helps. Quit Discord. And quit. Actually, that's all I can quit. I can't close Steam because that's what my stream avatars is running on. I want to participate in the robot sentient tangent too. Anyway. Lego Batman. I'm gonna make the executive decision to not start on the head so it doesn't look bad. I'm gonna start like down here. Okay, 23 achievements prepared in events now. Sweet! $30 might be a little much. Let's do like 25. Win the race. Oh, wrong part of the song, apparently. Up bass. Win the race. Drop the bass. Or does it turn up the pace? Can't tell. I love not knowing the lyrics to my favorite songs. Not much of a song, honestly, but still. One question for y'all. Do you know why my PC uses 100% of my disk SSD when barely nothing is open? Task Manager that the thing uses is the most, this is itself, it was 5%. No clue. Not a computer person. Sorry. No idea. You're on your own, buddy, I think. I'm sorry. Probably just planned obsolescence machine. That's my guess, at least. How full is your onboard memory? Some LEGO news from me. I might get a LEGO monorail soon. The one with the rail switches. Like one of the old school ones? Oh, dude, those are ancient. Aren't they like super ultra expensive? Yes. I know they're like super ultra expensive because they're like rare, and collectors, like people who build entire cities, have a super gigantic demand for them, right? I think that's what it is. It's just like Lego city builders really want it. Well, that's why it's a maybe. Do you plan on making anything fun with it? Do you plan on like building a big monorail around your house? Oh, there we go. Actually worked. Trying to think of some other uses that a Lego monorail could have aside from building a monorail around a Lego city. I think I can't build one around my IRL flat, but around my Lego house for sure. That'd be fun, yeah. I mean, a monorail would, like, ideally you'd want that to be around a Lego city that you've already built up, right? I think that's kind of like the big idea of why they're so expensive. But just having a choo-choo train does sound fun. You know, have a little choo-choo train. For your search bar and type storage, it will... Yeah. Looking good. Da-da-da-da-da-da. I'll draw this line later. On a different layer, hopefully. Ah, shut up, phone. Like a good, nice, smooth continuation of this. It's close. I hate drawing straight lines. It's the worst. Honestly, hold on. I think I got this one. What the flip? Oh. Grab this. There we go. That's nice and smooth. Just what I needed! It's good enough. Actually, no, it would probably make more sense to do this. I'll get to the helmet later. I'll leave it for later. Doink. And we're going down. That's how you do it. Kinda. Enough. And this is gonna look pretty good when it's done. Okay. Let's draw the arm here. Sorry if I've become kind of non-verbal here. I've decided, hey, maybe I want to get a little productive on the stream. I hope you are at least enjoying watching me put this thing together as it's kind of materializing in front of you. What? Research wardrobe demos? What? Is it publicly? Oh my god, just stop everything! Stop everything you're doing, stop everything. I can't say anything. You can start, yeah, it's okay. How long have you had this SSD? What are the specs for it? Discord, please load. You scared me. I know, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Did they just ping it in the Discord? That it's out. Oh my god, there's a ping in the Discord. Yeah, I'm so scared. You better not be trolling me, dude. You better not be trolling me. I'll kill you if that's true. I'll kill you forever. In Minecraft. No, in real life. Come on, load. Announcements. Wardrobe demo play now. I'm okay. Fuck being productive. I'm sorry. Fuck being productive. I'm saving this. It's over. Restitch has took over. We're doing this right now, live. Where is it? Okay. Wardrobe demo. Play now. How do I get this? It's on Steam. Okay, Steam. Open up Steam. The stream might lag maybe because I'm gonna download a thing. Hope it's not too big. Where does it go? Restitched wardrobe demo. Yes, install this. Shut up. That's gonna get me taken down. Okay, while that's installing, I'm gonna have to uninstall a couple of things from my computer. How much does this take up? Oh, it's installed. I clicked the wrong thing. Psychonauts 2. Properties. I love you, Psychonauts 2. I'm gonna have to uninstall you for a second. That's like 30 gigs. Okay. Oops. Uninstall. There we go. All the way down. Restitched wardrobe demo. Can I set this as like my category on... Okay. There is a category for restitched? I can't believe that. I want to make a little clickbaity thing here. Would I want to grab my controller for this? I don't really care. I think I can do this with mouse and keyboard. Shuffle my playlist. I don't feel like listening to this. Sure. More Mod Nation. Can't complain. Now I'm gonna shift OBS to where it should be. I'm just Frankensteining my my setup back to how it should be. 1 second. Oops. Tablet. Turn off tablet mode. Okay. Dude. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Play demo. Let's check this thing out. If y'all don't know what Restitched is, it's basically a Little Big Planet, but on PC. And it's made by... Can I just get a fucking Steam notification from Wappy? Go to sleep, dumbass. And I'll send them Steam happy GIF. Is it booting up? I clicked play and it says running. Where is it? Come on. I need it. Where's Restitched? I know I'm halting the entire stream. You guys have no idea how hyped I am for this. Okay. Wardrobe demo. Boot it up. I'm gonna do game capture probably. Game capture and then capture Restitch wardrobe demo. Is that gonna work? Oh, it's up. It's up. It's booted up. Oh my god, it's here. Oh my god, it's real. Oh